Hello everyone, this is the Golden Time Studio. As the name suggests, in this issue, I will continue to share with you a modification of the Casio oak. So, today, this one is a rainbow scale 1 farmhouse oak. Previously, we've done it on the GA2100. The difference this time is the bottom of the watch, the original watch part version, which is the function that everyone likes, right? Then, well, the rainbow scale doesn't need much explanation, which is very popular. And the case part, we still choose black. I've told you many times that we have all kinds of colors. You just need to make the request. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine, the pure black one, including the pointer set on this watch now. The grey pointer is what the customer requested. In fact, you can choose many colors, such as orange and red. We have all made them, and you can replace them. In this case, I think it looks good with the grey hands. It and the 12 scales. It adds another color. 13 colors on it, grey, red, orange and so on. So I think the combination is good, including the color of the strap. Everyone can choose. We have many choices. Then, let me talk about this watch. One of its good points. What he or like it. Firstly, it has two very lazy person essential functions. The first is that you can download apps to connect with your phone. I've said this many times. The first thing after connection is it will automatically adjust the time. It can be synchronized with the Beijing time to the second. It's the same as the time on Baidu. To the second, you don't need to keep pressing it manually. If it's GA2000, because this model is called GAB200 Bluetooth. If it's GA200, this function doesn't exist. We need to wait when the Beijing time is 0 to press it, right? There will definitely be some deviation. If you have a very obvious obsession with time, you can choose this Bluetooth version, and it has many rich functions, such as alarm, countdown, world time, and so on, which can be adjusted through the mobile app. It's more convenient than pressing the watch. It will be more convenient, right? Then, I often joke that the oak of Casio, it encompasses the three major complications in the world. The functions are what, right? One is mint repeat. What is 3 questions? It's actually an alarm, right? It reports the hour. Then there's the tourbillon. What is a tourbillon? Which means accurate. However, our Nonya Pixel is a quartz watch, which means it's electronic. It is driven by quartz. The error of quartz watches is also very small. It must be smaller than a tourbillon. Then there is another one, the so-called perpetual calendar. The so-called perpetual calendar is about leap years in February and all that. It's very complicated anyway. You don't need to consider this. It will automatically adjust for you. Unlike mechanical watches, sometimes normal watches sometimes. For example, 31 days and 30 days next month, but when it reaches 30, it will jump to 31 on the first day. For this, you don't need to worry about it. It will automatically recognize how many days this month. And the next month, it will automatically jump to the date, and then through 4 buttons you can switch the display position at any time, and world time, etc. So, the G-Shock GA board is really powerful. It also has waterproof and shockproof functions. This is a Casio that is essential in our lives. It has considered and provided everything. So, Casio, as someone who has been playing mechanical watches for so many years, I think I still like it very much, because it's really hassle-free. Then let's take a look at the entire accessory. Let's take a look at the quality of the accessories. These rainbow scales are relatively common on the market now. Are all sprayed by themselves, by painting with a pen or spraying with a spray gun. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I think the first point is that it will be a bit rough. The surface will not be very flat. Another point is that the method of spraying paint, it may fall off after a long time. This is a problem. Then, our products are produced in batches. Then, there will be no problems I mentioned earlier. And the solar version has another good thing, is its dial. It's actually a semi-transparent dial. You can't see it when you install it. There will be this kind of the sunburst effect. We can call it radial texture. It depends on the light source. It will be more obvious in the light. There is a layer of halo on it. When we rotate the watch, there will be an aperture. This is G200. Doesn't exist, but we have replaced many. We have replaced many dials for G20. We have made radial lines on it. Very obvious radial lines will look better as a watch. And then, the pointer is also, it has a blue luminous and a grey pointer. This customer made such a request. If you don't like the gray pointer, or you can choose others. For example, the original pointer. I think, the original one is black. I don't think it's ugly either. There's no problem if you don't change it. Then, the dial part is still our GT1. I've said this many times. The polished details. Every position will make you feel that it looks good, but you can't tell what's wrong with it. In fact, it's the good details, and the size is very well controlled. It's very iconic. I'll show you this watch from the most upright angle. You will find that the case, you can compare it. You will find obvious differences, that we control the proportion very well. And the size is at 43.58 millimeters. This is because the oil gauge caliper is unstable. This is the approximate size. Most of them on the market are almost 45 millimeters, which is only 1 millimeter different. It's still very obvious. The thickness is 12.8 millimeters. In this case, actually after modification, its thickness will decrease. 12.8 millimeters thick with 43 point. This is a beautiful proportion. When it comes to watches, its thickness and diameter. These two combinations are very important. If there is an extreme deviation in one place, then the watch will not look good. This is for example, if we have a very large dial of 46 and you make it very thin, it will look ugly. Or a very small dial, and then it's very thick, that would also look ugly. This is a problem in watch design. So we have a good control of the whole. On the wrist, you don't need to say too much. How thick or thin my wrist is, or what I look like. This is often said, but many new friends must be told again. My wrist is 15.5 centimeters. For men, it can be said to be very thin. But there is no problem when I wear it. If we follow our conventional thinking, my wrist is so and so, how much I should wear, what size watch to wear. This way of thinking is problematic. And then, the strap is the only one on the market. Not the only one, but it'd be too much to say the only one. A natural fluorubber rubber. Its thickness, density, and its softness need not be mentioned. You will know it when you get it. And silicone straps. The common silicone strap we see. This is silicone. This is very hard. Let's not talk about that. This is obvious when compared. Then the whole set has such a detail. Then, our GT band's pure steel strap. I will replace it later. Let's continue the video. Let's take a look to show you the effect of the steel belt. Let's replace it with a pure steel belt of GT. The steel belt is a little more expensive. Then, it's actually better than the rubber band. The fit will be better. Because, the whole, each section, as we said, is made according to a certain art, and then molded separately. So, the steel strap will. The advantage is that it looks more rigid and more masculine. The disadvantage is that it is heavier. But I don't think it's a disadvantage. I found that many friends have a deep obsession with it. They think they can't wear a watch that weighs over 50 grams. I'm sorry to tell you that. You basically don't need to wear a watch, except for Xiaomi Band and Apple Watch. Apple Watch doesn't seem to be too light either, including Huawei. You can wear a normal one. Even quartz watches, or even mechanical watches, Rolex, Patek Philippe, and others are out of the question. Right, because they can't be that light. The lightest watch in the world is Richard Mille. That's also, of course, the price is there, right? Costing tens of millions of yuan. So, I think the steel strap is about 170 or 160 grams. I think it's acceptable. Because it's simple. Because its watch core is made of carbon fiber. Casio is really good at doing things. It uses a carbon fiber core, so it doesn't have too much steel structure, which actually reduces its weight a lot. The tape weighs over 90 grams, and the steel strap is a few tens of grams heavier. A few tens of grams. Then there is another point that the steel band of GT generation and L strap can be interchanged. Later, if you want to change a strap, it's all possible. This is a general effect of the steel strap. And then feel it on your hand, right? The steel strap will be more masculine. And more like a watch, right? However, the strap is relatively more comfortable. This is my personal opinion. Today, I'm showing you this rainbow scale one. Because many friends have been looking for and asking if the solar powered can be changed to rainbow scales. I have made it for you. It's 100% before the festival. By the way, today is the last day. The last day of 2022. In 2023, I hope everything goes well, and most importantly, good health. Okay. That's all for this episode. See you in the next episode.